what are some of the best practices?
So in addition to scoping the project into chunks, you also want to test it in chunks. So don't go build the whole thing and then start trying to find your problems. It's way easier if you just build a little bit of it and make sure that it's working the way you expect it to. And as you said, by the way, we could probably spend a whole session like this just talking about best practices. And we have a lot of this stuff documented, but I'm just trying to give people sort of a quick idea of the overview. Also, you can use the platform itself to help you test. So the best example of that is configuring some extra bots. These would be bots that you wouldn't use once the flow goes to production, but a bot that just helps test by pre-filling test values instead of having to go type everything in as you're testing. So that can make things just less annoying, if anything. Besides saving time, you're not having to type, test 1, test 2, test 3 in every field on your document as you go test. A third one that's a really good one is to look at, is there places where my data changes at a different rate than the overall flow? So some of our customers are universities. They've got forms that have lists of the majors or lists of the university departments that are available, or maybe even there's a linkage between like which professor is responsible for approving things related to a particular major. And so that's great stuff to, instead of building that into the flow, you set up a separate spreadsheet, whether it's a Google spreadsheet or a Microsoft Excel online spreadsheet that contains those values. You can then use a bot to take those values from the spreadsheet and populate them into dropdowns. Or in the case of like which professor is responsible for which major, you have the bot go look that value up in the spreadsheet. And that way, you're not having to go open the flow definition and change it. You can just change things really quickly in that spreadsheet if they change from week to week or semester to semester in that case.
Great. Well, thanks, Colin. I think that was pretty helpful.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Hopefully the people out in the social media world will find it helpful too.
Yeah. And if anybody has any more questions, just drop them in the comments and we'll answer them next time.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Colin.